I believe that the less grease you use, the less debris will get caught in your gun. I mean, a lot of grease won't hurt, but when dirt gets in your gun, it just acts like a magnet, and it really makes things nasty in there if you use too much. So just be moderate on the grease. It's not a bad idea to put a little tiny, very thin coat on that white piece you see there, because from what I've heard online, people sometimes seem to have difficulty slipping that in. So, white end goes in first, and try to save yourself some headache. Take the opening in the valve and line it up as best you can with the opening in the breech. That way you can just stick something soft down there that won't damage it and very easily readjust. So, put valve in gun, and push until you hear the little rubber O-ring go snap. The Magno valve is now in the gun. Open up the breech, see if it's lined up, and if it is, flip the gun over, take your little pin, and snap it back into place. This gun now has a valve installed in it. So with the valve installed, we can now go to the ram. Do the same deal with all the O-rings. There's 3 major O-rings on the ram. 1 dot of grease, 2 dots of grease, and 3 dots of grease. Just spin them around. It's very important to make sure you do this to components, especially ones like the Magno valves, which come in the kit and have never been outfitted in the gun before. Alright, so turn it back over, line it up, use this little half semicircle here, line it up with where your set pin is going to go, and push it in slowly. Just be careful not to nick any of the O-rings. Turn it slightly. The ram should be very easy to install because you can use the breech knob as almost a little guide. Once that's back there, you should be able to snap your set pin right in there. And right now this gun has the Magno ram and valve installed. So let's put the back plate on first. You can really reassemble in any particular order, it doesn't really matter. Back plate's on. Grab your little tiny screw and put it back in the hole. Give it a little tighten and love. Alright, now we can install the front plate, which is quite simple. Just take the plate that you just removed, and clean off all this gunk that built up on it. There's an O-ring in there, you can grease it if you'd like. It's not really a requirement, but you know. Front plate just slides back on. Make sure you put it on the right way. It'll only fit one way, but you never know. Just like I tried to do. Once you get it on there, just push it down till you hear it click. Then you can take the pin which locked it in place, pop it back in, thread your angel tool a couple times, and just push. Then unthread it just as easy. next. Alright, I suppose now we could put back the eyes. On the eyes, there's one is going to be longer than the other by just a little bit. That longer eye makes the longer path. In the front, it's going to be the one that has a more dramatic curve to it. So channel those through the housing. Get that first one settled in there. Same deal. Just channel it on down. Alright. Now we can reattach the grip frame. Should be just as easy to put back on as it was to take off. Just get it lined up, hold it in place, take your two screws, tighten them down once you get them in there. It's just a lot faster to do it by finger.